We are yet again headed out here into the Hunter Call of the Wild, looking for a diamond to take with our 243 handgun. And my first question is, as we walk out here on Rancho Del Arroyo, is this always where this truck has been? Because I'm pretty sure it used to be, like, off the road. And I have no idea why that would be moved. That seems like an odd thing. Now, I know it's for a mission, and I guess we never did that mission? Or maybe even we did, but I'm still pretty sure that got moved for some reason. But anyway, I thought Rancho Del Arroyo would be another good map to try to look for a diamond for the 243. Everything except for the rabbits and pheasant can be ethically taken. And we have only been back to this map once since the reset with the Reventuli update, and I'm still looking for a rare rooster pheasant, and maybe we could find something like that as we're out here looking for diamonds for the 243. So this hunt won't be quite as focused on just the 243 as the one on Quattro from a couple of days ago, but hopefully getting to go after pheasants will make it a little more interesting and a little more varied as we go along and hunt for those different things. So I'm hoping to explore some of the other areas that we haven't been to as much. I don't recall shooting any Javelina at all, so we'll try to find some of them today and just try to spread out into spots that we haven't yet checked. But anyway, getting started with a bronze pheasant, 0.83 kg. Is that the smallest one we've ever shot? It may very well be. I guess we'll put that in the Hall of Shame. I wasn't really looking that close at the estimate or anything. I know getting under a kilogram is kind of tough. That was way under. So the first thing I've been doing, to at least try to avoid the areas that we always go to, has been just running off the roads. Usually, I just follow the roads, and that tends to be a pretty good way to encounter pheasants, but in order to try to find things that we definitely have not seen yet since the reset, that's kind of the plan, to go away from roads and go to some of these spots that we haven't been to in a while. By the way, I saw a turkey fly through there. That was one species I missed. Obviously, we cannot take those with the 243 either, but I think that'll be all good, as turkeys in general are not that rare of a diamond. Apparently, what is that rare is a rooster pheasant above level 1, because that is all we're finding so far. Now, I mentioned that I was hoping to run into some Javelina today, and that's not a bad one. 123 to 154 as a level 4. I don't even know which one that I was tracking. I had a dark brown fur type track that was max weight, but both of those were kind of that darkish coloration. That almost might be a dark gray. Now, the problem is, we still need an angle that we can actually make a shot with the 243, and both of the 4s are not really presenting that. That said, that is a nervous female, so I'm guessing they're not going to go too far. We might just sit here and see if they try to come back. Or, better yet, just kind of walking out into the open broadside. I think that should be a very doable shot, and depending on what they do here, I'm half tempted to just sit here and wait and see if they come back again. Maybe that's what we'll do, as our level 4 is starting to go down. And for level 4 number 2, I think we're actually going to have to alert it and try to get it to either lift its head and give us a heart shot, or maybe broadside. Almost just shot the wrong one. That would have been a bit of a bummer. I'll be intrigued to see where that hits. The 243 pistol has surprised me at every turn, and I think it is starting to go down. I was kind of worried that wasn't going to be a vital hit, but it clearly was. And why not take advantage of the opportunity to get a couple of decent level 4s? Part of the reason that I wanted to go and chase Javelina today is because we've had really good luck with them without ever really grinding or anything like that. We've killed quite a few diamonds in single player just by casually hunting. The other reason is I just like them as a species. I think they're a pretty cool animal that we actually get to hunt in this game. And since we don't have any particular goal on this map, it's a good chance to go and do that. So, a 135.05 for that one. That is the brown fur type, so not the one. And then I guess the question becomes, which one actually was bigger? The first one had a really nice estimate, and I believe then he should be the one that we were tracking. He is a 126, so smaller, despite the good estimate. I do like that dark brown fur type. It is nice too. Maybe it's only this most recent update, or maybe even Reventuli fixed it. There was a bug with the Javelina in the harvest screen, and the fur looked really odd. They do look really nice now. It would be nice if we could find a diamond just to get a screenshot in that, but as for now, we have to keep on moving with just a couple of nice golds. Now that could be intriguing. A max weight coyote track. And a feed zone here, which if we can mouse over that is 430 to 7, so pretty old track. If we can find a direction, which can be tough when you find a track in a zone, we should be able to track him down and find him. Just a matter of getting a direction to travel. We may have one from here, just because it's kind of leaving that zone. We'll see what this gets us. I am fairly certain that a bobcat is either working for us or against us here in sending this coyote back this way. He is just a mythical, but the problem is we need him to slow down, even if for just a second, to get him brought down. There are some rabbits running through there too, but at least we managed to get him down and it wasn't a bad track. I think that said 54 to 60 on that estimate, and as more run through, we probably should confirm that there weren't two big ones. We've had that on occasion, two mythicals or something like that in the same pack, but I don't think that was the case here. And so even though he only was a mythical, I mean, a 56.02 is not bad. 56.87 is the diamond requirement, just at the front end of that left lung. This is a good spot, I think, to turn back. So we're all the way kind of in the northwest corner, and I'd like to head maybe like down through here. Again, I want to stay away from the roads and places that we normally go, but I'd like to have a good mix of pheasant hunting and other species, and as long as we're not doing all of one at the beginning and then all of the rest for the rest of the hunt, I think it should be all good. So hopefully we can get down into there and pick up where we started the hunt at. Both of those guys, just by virtue of being level 2s, are already better than the 3 roosters we shot at the beginning of the hunt, so that's definitely a plus. It was inevitable that at some point we'd kind of get into areas that we've been fairly often. However, we're still at least trying to avoid being exactly where we otherwise would have been, so that is one rooster. And actually they flush kind of side by side. It's fairly rare they actually cooperate and let you get them both, but that worked out just fine. So with a shot at being gold, that one actually did make it at 16.25. Not bad for the weight, quite honestly. And for the second one, which I thought had a better estimate, 16.12, so 2 golds compared to the 3 silver starting out. And my plan is basically, whereas normally I would run the road and try to get pheasants that way, we're going to try to stick up to the west side of the road here and just see what comes out of this area. I do have to say, it is pretty cool. Kind of going through some of these other areas, it maybe isn't producing as many animals as the normal routes we run, but it's not too often we get this view of Rancho Del Arroyo. This might even be the thumbnail background, actually. I kind of like where this is at. I don't see anything from here. Would love to see an increased render one day for shots from places like this, but I do think all the while, the way the graphics are, that would be kind of tough to do, but even still cool to get to see what it's like from up here. I was trying to remember, and there was a buck down here the last time that we came to Rancho, and we ended up shooting that one that was standing next to this one, a 256 to 317 blonde fur type, and I couldn't remember if we shot them both. I wanted to maybe come down and look for respawns, but as it turns out, this one we did not shoot. So, at that range with the 243 pistol, I think we just hard shot him, and he should be going down pretty quick. I don't know if that would be the respawn or if that is a completely separate deer, but at least a decent mule deer buck. I just randomly remembered that and wanted to come down here while it still is mule deer drink time, and I think they are done drinking in a little less than 1 in-game hour, so we may check some other spots for them, but I think what we might do instead is go up to the center area of the map and maybe go around looking for pheasants, rabbits, or whatever else might come out. But for our mule deer, a 260 score did get him in the far left side of the heart there, 210 meters away, and I'm just kind of curious. The tip-to-tip spread and overall spread does matter, so he's a little bit high scoring for that rack, and I think it's because it kind of bends outwards as it does there. So let's jump up to the La Hacienda outpost and just kind of see what may show up in that region. And just like that, we are once again trying to shoot a couple of rooster pheasants eventually when they decide to flush. I'm surprised they didn't just take off. I don't know if trees have anything to do with it. I've seen them fly through plenty of brush before, but maybe they wanted to get kind of out into the open. Got that one with no problem. I was gonna say that bottom one was the rooster, and it was. I think we hit the hen though. Should have just went with it and took the shot, but I thought maybe that brief second of checking would be worth it. We did hit the hen, so we'll just grab our one rooster. Was the bigger of the two. 16.07 for him, another gold. And actually, I don't think these were the ones that called. There was a warning call as I was headed up through here, and then suddenly we stumbled into that flock. So let's see if we go a little farther if there's another around. I'm actually not so sure there was. It seemed like the warning call came from further away, but maybe it was from that same flock. So I guess we'll just keep on moving this way and try to find something else. It is getting pretty late now out here on Rancho. And I suppose what I believe is a completely different pheasant will work just as well as anything. I think that shot hit. Second one did not. I'm not even sure the third one did. It was kind of shooting through the trees, but regardless, the first one should have been enough to bring him down at that range. And what was a interesting hunt for sure, getting to see things from a little bit of a different perspective, going through some of the different areas instead of always running the same routes. Still no sign of any diamonds to take with that 243. It was good to get a bunch more rooster pheasants down. Hopefully that helps in trying to find a rare one of these days. And we'll see where that gets us next time we get out here to Rancho Del Arroyo. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.